Okay. So tell me, how are you doing? How did your day go?
It was quite good, and it was I was not feeling well today. So, like in terms of there was no electricity yesterday,
Mhm.
so I thought I'll join office by via work from home, like from my hostel only. So
Mhm.
I was not able to join office today, but I was working, and then I saw your post on Instagram, so I thought let just request you to open your slots, and
Oh,
because
put
I was
one.
yeah, because I was not taking sessions. If you see, Clappingo team also know like I have a number of days limit, so I thought I'll not take session right now. I was not in that mood, so from like 7 to 10 days I was not taking session. But for you only because you are the person who are not taking mass sessions, so that it's really like it's hard to get sessions. So I thought you need to make your mood.
I only opened when you asked me to.
Oh
Otherwise, I
God,
had blocked.
really?
Yes, I had blocked it
Oh
for
God,
today.
thank you so much.
No problem, no problem. So, yes, tell me, I think it's very sad to be working when you're sick, and you have this pile of work left. Any issue?
Yeah. Yes. Would you please repeat that? I'm really
Yes,
sorry.
no problem. I was saying that it's really difficult to work when we are sick, but there's a pile of work left, and you really have to give that attendance in office. This is one thing that I just don't like.
There are some work who you cannot cannot avoid. Like I am working in a process where people are going to escalate the case over social media. Like I mean, working in social media team,
Okay,
so
okay,
there will
okay.
be escalation. So I need to be there so that I can handle them because they need certain people to handle certain escalations. So I cannot avoid those things because otherwise they are going to face customer queries,
The work
repeatedly
is on
queries.
hold.
Yeah, so that is the thing you said it in a right way. But there are some work whom which
There's some
work
works.
can which can be avoided because if you're not feeling good, like your work, if you're not feeling good, you
Yes,
cannot take sessions, right? You're not going to be like that. So you need to avoid.
true. I mean, see, because if I'm sick and I take the session, I just can't take it well, and the learner can't learn. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of injustice, I think. So I never take
Yeah.
the session. If I'm
Uh,
not in a good mood, I don't take it.
Yeah, there was a girl who was taking session. Ananya was there. She was a brilliant speaker on clapping only. So she was sick that day. So whole session I was speaking. It was around 2 months back. So a whole session I told her like, don't speak much. You have a bad throat. If you have a bad throat, let me talk because I talk so much.
That's so
Yeah.
considerate. No, it's a good thing when you talk a lot. It's for you.
Yeah, but I really appreciate her that she joined and she was not well. But if you have some, it shows also like if you have some commitments, you need to fulfill that.
True, true.
So how
Okay.
was your day?
My day was really good, really good. So work and then work again, and then I have my violin classes just after half an hour. So yes,
So
yeah, I
you're
think it's going to be
learning.
great. Yes, I'm learning an instrument, so I'm really looking forward for the class today.
That's quite nice. So you're not only teacher, you're learning also.
Yes, yes. I actually always need to learn because I really like teachers a lot. So I will find some way to find a teacher for myself and keep learning something.
The whole process is uh, through online medium only, like via internet.
Yes, yes. Actually, my teacher is from Assam. So that's why. You know, Northeast
Northeast.
is the land of music.
Yes, and it northeast, like they look so cute,
So, and
and
the teachers are really good. The music teachers from Northeast are so good. I can't tell you. Like, I really respect my violin tutor a lot.
That's great. I respect you. For me, look. At the end of the day, if you're learning something from someone, uh, you are going to consider him or her as a teacher. So I can, at the end, you somewhere you're a teacher only for us, like who are trying to learn or trying to improve
Mhm,
something here in terms of language or personality. So
mhm.
yeah, so you are a good teacher for me.
Thank you so much. And this is the cycle, you know. Who was your favorite teacher in school? Like somebody you do remember?
Yeah, I can tell you. So in childhood days, I was not having any favorite teacher because till eighth or ninth, you feel like a teacher is beating you up or telling you that do this work or telling bad things about you to your mother. So,
Mhm,
but yeah, my favorite teacher will be uh, there was a teacher in my village, and I'm from a very rural background, so
mhm,
he was my relative only nearby. He was a neighbor and
mhm,
relative, so
mhm.
he was quite good, and explained everything in a way, yeah, and he don't lose. He usually don't lose his temper, so
Didn't lose his temper,
he
or
didn't lose.
doesn't lose his temper. Mhm.
Yeah. So that it is something like which is very nice for you us also to like if you're understanding your student, it's really important to have understanding about your student so that you can see like how you're going to approach that child.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Very.
as a teacher, I want to ask like as you are a teacher, somewhere you
Mhm,
are a teacher. So
mhm.
you don't consider I know yourself as a teacher, but
No, no,
you are
I
a
do, I do. I
you
do.
do.
I do.
Firstly, in previous sessions, you said like you don't consider yourself as a teacher, but yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'm a
great.
little shy, but I do consider myself a teacher now.
So, if as a teacher, what do you feel about how you approach every single like tutor, not tutor, every
Learner.
single learner out there, how you approach?
I think I have a very different approach towards every learner. Like I can't speak on behalf of all teachers, but for me I'm very different with everybody. Like I will speak a lot with some people and I will speak lesser with some of them. You know, it totally
Mm-hmm.
depends. So some of them like I really like the jolly kind of attitude you have. And I can't say that all learners are like that, right? So I'm also lively then. You know, I also like to interact that way
Thank you.
because I also think that you know the energy is contagious. So
Definitely.
sometimes I also grasp the energy of the learner. Sometimes I try to give them some time. You know, a lot of learners are hesitant because of some mental blocks that they have due to their experiences before, some fears that they have. You have to be more considerate towards them, right? You can't just
Yeah,
you can't overpower the conversation by speaking about yourself. Some
definitely.
people and it's just 15-20 minutes. So I also think it's very important to let the learners speak as much as they can,
Yeah,
right? So
I
creating
agree.
that balance everywhere is important, but sometimes you have to speak a lot. Why? Because the person should also know how to listen and reciprocate, which is a very important skill in a conversation, you know.
Yeah,
Listening is the most important part of speaking, and speaking is the most important part of listening. both
definitely.
are both go
That's
hand in hand, and it's a very complex thing to understand, but this balance has to be created, and we have to teach the learners both to be patient but also to speak, right? So
true.
yeah.
And you said it in a very good way. Here, I want to say something. Few things I really think that this job of yours or all tutors there are really psychologically difficult also because it is something like look if I am a tutor and then I'm coming, I'm not understanding if how I'm going to react on this with this listener or with this listener. Then I'm not going to get good number of students, right? Because
Correct.
they're not going to book a different session with you. Then
Right.
somewhere you're losing your revenue also. Somewhere you're losing. you're not going to get some good
Right.
uh, ratings. So honestly, this job is of yours. It's not restricted to only English, because this is not a class. So it's related to mind, psychology, and mind also. So I do understand that people like you, people like Akhila, and there are a lot of people out there, especially girls. I don't know why I'm not I'm not connecting with gender, but
Being biased. Mhm.
yeah, but I feel like female teachers here are more having more understanding, uh, perception towards English or anything.
See, so we always have a little more liking and a little more connect with few speakers. Why? Simple reason that human beings are like that. Sometimes you
Ah, yeah,
like some
true.
qualities about them. Sometimes you like the way they teach. So it's but obvious. Don't worry.
Yeah,
That's why
true.
everybody has favorite teachers, right? Everybody
Yes,
has favorite teachers. So that's a good thing.
yeah, that's true. And we are running out of time, but I'll do ask you, like, is there any learning experience you have, any past you want to say something, any story related to you with any teacher?
Uh, Past story related to me, I think it would be my tennis tutor, my tennis coach. Actually, he
Okay.
is one of my favorite teachers, I would say.
Huh.
Because see, ever since I was young, I have been going to tennis, and the way he motivated me has motivated me in life. He may not know it, but I definitely see. He always was smiling every time,
Yeah,
always. And the patience that he had towards so many kids, like kids are always asking questions, and it's very difficult to handle
yes,
so
yes,
many
that's
kids.
true.
But the
It's
patience
difficult.
is something that
Yeah,
teaches me that I want to be like that. I want to be so patient and
yeah,
smiling with the people I teach, because it's just so good. And just the way he asked me to concentrate on my breath, my mind, I apply that even in communication. One of the most important things I keep telling, that breathe well and you will be able to communicate well. That's it. It's so simple. Breathe well, you'll be able to not speak too fast. This is what I told you a few classes
definitely.
back.
Yes, yes, yes.
And today you're speaking with such, you're laughing, you're not running out of energy even though you're sick. You're able to put your words
Thank you.
correctly. You're able to think of questions exactly in the moment and be spontaneous. Nothing that you came prepared for. You did not even know the topic, yet you're able to think that way on spot and respond, reciprocate well. Why? Because you're able to take the advices that we gave you correctly,
Yes,
little by
yes.
little follow them, and make changes step by step. I did see that the first two classes it was hard for you to change, and again suddenly in the last two it's become easier for you to implement those,
Yes,
right?
yes,
And
yes,
you're opening up
yes,
more on the platform now than before. So
yes.
this is
And
the
I
thing.
think you have learned. I'm really sorry to interrupt. You have learned from a lot of things from your tennis coach, because it reflects.